Congratulations. I mean, obviously a huge win for you no matter what, but I mean, to do it in that type of fashion, pretty incredible. So just what's the emotion like for you after a performance like that?
Just amazing. I mean, I put a lot of time into this, and shout out to Masvidal. I mean, he I had to bring my A game. He elevated me. He gave me that extra oomph that I needed, in training. So, I'm just blessed to be in this time right now.
I know, obviously, you're confident in yourself, you're confident your striking skills are improving, but I do wonder, I mean, as you guys were game planning, was there ever a part where you're like, we could just go knock the guy out, that'd be easy?
Absolutely. There's two setups to that right hand that I just envisioned them landing, and that one was one of them. I tried the second one in the first round, but he's a veteran, he's game, and he saw it coming, so I just had to stay composed, and I was going to find it.
What was going through your mind during that opening round, right? Because you had the takedown, you controlled him a bit, but it looked like you were being very aggressive on the feet a little bit as well. So how did you feel things were playing out?
I was like, it's a whole lot of energy in this building right now. It's a little different than just being in that Apex fighting. It's a little different, but we had to stay composed and go out there and take care of business.
Yeah. You touched on the nerves that you felt the first time around, especially, right? I mean, the short notice and everything that was going on. Did you feel those same nerves tonight against him?
I felt nerves, but not as severe as that one. I mean, there was a lot of circumstances, flying all the way across the world, not sleeping the whole time. I truly had only maybe 4 days to try to prepare for that. Going into it with the broken nose, really bad bunion on my right foot, and it was tough for me to deal with. But I still chose like a champion. I still chose to go in there and defend my title. And I needed to put a definitive finish on that chapter and flip the page, and I did that tonight.
Yeah. Dana was here earlier, and he said you're clearly one of the best in the world right now, on your way to being one of the greatest ever. To hear that type of praise from him, I wonder if it means something to you, because obviously we know the history, right? There were times that maybe he wasn't your biggest fan, so to hear him converted, does that mean something to you?
Well, it's just he's understanding what I set out to do. I have big goals for myself, and I want to see it truly on Monday, pound for pound. Right now, I'm the best fighter on the planet, and I just want to see that on Monday.
Yeah. Now, the reward for this victory is you get Colby Covington. It sounds like. I'm just curious. Does the idea of that matchup excite you because you'd like to go in there and beat him again, maybe silence him, or is it like, my God, I know what I'm going to have to deal with for however many months this thing builds up, and do you dread it almost?
I mean, I've finished really my last 3 opponents. I finished them all, and so right now it's just I just need to take some time and continue to train and get better. But these guys got to show me something, because right now I'm the champion. I'm the most active guy in the division. These guys can't just wait around and wait for me to call their number. They need to show me something. But I've asked Dana. I fought any and everyone they put in front of me. I've never said no. These guys ducked me for years, but I got here and I haven't ducked anyone. And so, like I said, this is like a track meet. I'm so far ahead of these guys. I'm coming around the track, and I'm coming around with vengeance right now.
Nice. Last thing for me, you said, hey, I don't know how long to be here, so I want to stay active. I want to get what I can do. Do you have an idea? Is it too soon, or do you know how you feel right now, like when we would see you again, whether it be Colby or somebody else?
I feel good, and that's the most important thing. I feel good. I'm just blessed to be here. I'm living in the moment, and that's just where I want to stay.
What was it like putting the belt around your father?
It was amazing. I mean, my family's finally complete, and to have him experience that, especially in front of a crowd like that, and feel that energy, there's nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like it.
And then you obviously strike me as someone that the boos don't really get to them. So when you're walking out and you hear all those boos and then you go and do what you just did, does that make this a little more sweet that you did it in the state he claims?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make me any difference. I competed in the gym with maybe 10 people wrestling for years, and I've done it in front of a sold-out crowd at the T-Mobile Arena, and breaking someone's jaw. So, boos or cheers doesn't really, make a difference to me. I just have to go out there being professional, and I do my job, and that's what I do best.
Come on over here. Do you think finally, after this performance, that they're going to finally put some respect on your name?
Well, that's up to them. That's not up to me. But I just need to continue to do what I do, and that's dominate each and every individual. And that's, my last 3 opponents, and I finished all 3 of them.
What else do you think you need to do to be the GOAT of 170 of all time? Because we don't have that image of you getting knocked out that GSP had.
I don't worry about that. You know, I take it a fight at a time. You know, if people want to consider me the best, then, you know, they can, you know. But as of right now, I do believe that right now, pound for pound, I am the best fighter on the planet.
If you finish that second lap and lap the field, would you ever move up for a mega fight 185?
I would definitely, but not if Israel is at that weight. You know, that's my brother, and you know, like I said, I've said it before, I'd rather 2 Nigerians with belts than 1 with 2 belts.
What do you think about Dan saying that UFC Africa is a big possibility in 2020? How much does that get your blood going to be part of that and make history again over there in the motherland?
Oh man, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait. You know, I know there's some things that need, some hoops we need to jump through, but once we jump through them, sign me up.
Kamaru, I imagine when you were thinking about this fight in advance of it, possibly the most satisfying way to end it would be to knock him out on the feet in the manner you did. So to actually pull that off, how satisfied are you with this victory?
I'm satisfied. You know, that's what I said. I wasn't satisfied with the last one, and I wanted to be satisfied tonight, and I got that.
What do you think Jorge goes from here, right? Because he's made himself a superstar, but now he's lost to you twice. What do you think his position is in the division?
Okay, there's something I just want to touch on about that. You know, I'm growing in this sport, and I'm growing with integrity. You know, I worked my ass off to get to the point where I am. You know, a lot has been made of, oh, this guy's a superstar, this guy's a, yeah, I understand, you know, more power to him. But for myself, I am all those things as well. You know, I just showed it a different way. You know, leading up to this fight, I didn't have to show me flying in on a private jet or this car or that car. I like nice things too, don't get it wrong. But I need to show people that it's important for them to see the work that goes behind it. You know, I worked for all these things. I worked for the shot, the chance to deserve all those nice things. You know, I might have not came in a private jet, but I'm damn sure I'm leaving them.
If I saw you and Jorge spoke in the octagon after the fight, would you mind sharing what you said to each other?
Just respect. I respect any man that's willing to get in there and share that octagon with me. And he elevated me. He motivated me to get better, and I did. And just respect him.
Would it be fair to say that some of the issues that you and him had before this fight aren't necessarily with each other, but perhaps some of the people around each other?
Possibly. It's fair to say that.
You mentioned you said you want to see something from Colby, and I understand what you mean by the division, kind of people sort of wait for their shot. Would you rather not give it to Colby next, knowing that he's just done what Jorge has done and set out, waiting until essentially you would pick him?
I don't worry about these guys. Like I said, you know, my daughter allowed me to go away for 6 weeks to prepare for this fight. And so that's the only person I owe, you know, something to. I owe her a vacation, and I owe her some time to just love on her and be home with her. That's the most important thing to me. But like I said, these guys need to show me something, motivate me to you know, not just stomp feet, motivate me to do something. And you know, once they do that, then, you know, we'll see who's next.
Last one from me. Dana White says Nick Diaz is coming back to fight and is entering possibly your division. Any interest?
If Nick wants to get in here and deal with this African lion, more power to him.
Thanks, man.
Kamaru over here. Kamaru, I asked Rose this, and I want to ask you this. Trevor Whitman coached both of you guys to big wins. Whose after party is he going to?
He's probably going home, going to sleep, because he's got an early flight. But yeah, Rose is, like I've said before, she's a special athlete, and she proved that tonight.
How motivating was it to see? I'm assuming you knew that, oh, she just took her out with the head kick in the back, even if you didn't watch it. What was that like before you get out there?
No, I saw it, and I saw her train that, and I knew that could land. So I was ecstatic. I was extremely excited for her. I know how much she put into this. And you know, I'm blessed and I'm thankful to be able to be at this moment to see her accomplish that.
If I'm not mistaken, only 5 fighters in UFC history have ever gotten 13 wins in a row. You have 14, there's only one guy, Anderson Silva, who ever had more with 16. Does a number like that mean anything to you after everything you've done?
No, I've worried about the next one. You know, if I don't take care of the next one, then I don't get to that number. So I'm worried about the next one and the next one and the next one. And you know, we'll see what happens.
What kind of effect did it have on you, just for your mood, to have Francis Ngannou, the new heavyweight champion, there with you this week?
It It was great because if anything popped off in this hallway, if one of y'all want to get lippy, I'm just going to, have them jump in and clean house. So yeah, that feeling's great.
Respectfully, Israel, 2 title defenses, and Ngannou just got his belt. You've got, you're the most dominant African champion in the UFC right now. You still think Ngannou would be the main event over you in Africa?
I'm the most dominant champion in the UFC, period. And like I said, next week I want to see that pound for pound list because I think right now I am the best pound for pound. But when it comes to Africa, how you deny the heavyweight champion the main event spot? So you guys can argue with him about that.
Nope.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Hey champ, all things considered, fans back in attendance, your family here, everything. Best performance of your career so far?
I mean, the energy was electric. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm satisfied with that one.
And being real for a second, you put him out when he went and hit the canvas. Did it feel good to get some of those extra shots in there?
I mean, extra shots? What do you mean?
Maybe 1 or 2?
It was extra shots? The ref didn't pull me off yet, so I keep going until the ref pulls me off, and those are super necessary.